Hi, welcome to the Creativity Clinic and your personal discovery consultation. I understand that you're looking for inspiration and organization with regards to your creative path in life. Wonderful. You've come to the right place. Do you want me to summarize what I have planned for our session? Okay, perfect. We'll start by creating your profile, and I'll type some basic information into my computer. Then we'll begin our discovery component. I'll ask you a series of questions, and I'll write down your answers in this notebook right here. Yes, a series of questions. Some of the questions will be asking for the results on your personality tests that I sent you last week. Did you fill them out? Okay, perfect. And you've printed out the results? Okay. I'll take a look at those in a moment. I'll take a look at those test results in a moment. And we will summarize the results using some personality test diagrams. So we will look at the results of your Myers-Briggs test, personality test. We'll also look at the results of your Enneagram personality test. And we'll also look at the results of your multiple intelligences tests. So after the questionnaire, we will begin the practical component. We'll compile some lists of actionable tasks to get you moving toward your personal goal. And yes, these reference books over here I have 2 physical books here, along with one ebook that I will show you in our reference library. So let's begin with your profile. Can you spell out your full name for me, please? Okay, is there a middle name? And what are your pronouns? Okay. And how did you find our service? Oh, that's so nice that your friend recommended this service. I really appreciate that. Do you mind if I write down what they said? Could you repeat that again? That's so lovely. Thank you so much for that. So we've got the profile set up, and let's begin the questionnaire component now. Okay. You mentioned that you printed out the personality tests that you completed. May I see those, please? Thank you. Okay, so you've got your Myers-Briggs results here. And you've got the Enneagram. Okay. Don't worry, I can make sense of this for you and how it applies to what we're trying to do with your creative goals and your learning styles, your intelligences. Okay, this is perfect. So I will put this in a folder and we will come back to this in a moment. My first question is, on a scale of 1 to 5, I'll show you this visual so that you can properly assess for yourself. Do you see that? On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being never, and 5 being always, with 3 right in the middle. Like sometimes. How often do you feel like you crave to be doing something creative with your life? Okay, so a 4. A 4. How often do you fulfill that craving and actually do something creative that you enjoy? Looking at this again. How often? You think a 2? Yeah. Many of my clients feel exactly this way. You feel like almost never, just very occasionally. Okay. And how often do you get involved in a creative activity? For example, how many times a week or a month are you getting to that activity? Once or twice a month. Do you feel fulfilled after you get a chance? Yes. But then again, you feel a little frustrated, and when the weeks pass before you get to do it again, you find that frustrating. Okay. What do you feel is getting in the way of your creative activity? Okay, so you feel time. I understand that, yeah. And work. Okay, and sometimes motivation. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, these are important answers, so let me just get all of that down. Okay, how much do your surroundings impact the way that you feel? Let's look at the chart again. In this case, the 1 would be it doesn't really impact you at all. And the 5 being it impacts you very, very much. Okay. You never really thought about it, but you're going to give it a 4. A 4. Yes, okay. So it sounds like you do know what kinds of activities that you enjoy. Is that right? It's not that you don't know what you want to do. It's that I understand that. Yeah. I get that. So it's not that you don't know what you want to do, but that you are feeling like you are in a rut. Yes, in getting to your creative activities because of the reasons and barriers you just mentioned. Okay, so could you list those creative activities? Okay. Anything else? Can you share with me your idea of the perfect, most fulfilling day of creativity? Right, with none of the barriers you've mentioned getting in the way. You can take a moment to think about that. Okay. Take your time. That sounds so nice. So perfect. I have everything that you just explained to me right here, And it really, honestly, is something that we can work toward. Yes, and it is something that you can fully realize and turn into reality. So I have all of these notes here. So how about we look a little closer now at those personality tests, and we'll also take a look at the diagrams just to help us understand. Okay. I'm just going to highlight a few points here. Okay, interesting. It helps a lot to really study these personality tests, and it sometimes fills gaps in your understanding of yourself so that you can be sure that you are leading the creative life that you're seeking. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Starting with these. Let's start with, right. Okay. So, you know what your Myers-Briggs result is, correct? And do you see it here? Okay. And you've read the little paragraph that is in this result here, right? And I'm going to send you some links about that. What was really interesting to me is that although you are an introverted person, I saw that it was like 60% introverted and 40% extroverted. So I think it's important to understand that you do have some extroverted qualities that if you're not tending to the needs of that side of yourself, then you've always identified as an introvert, but you do have needs, and this does relate to your creative life. So I will show you how. So the other result you had here was your Enneagram. Okay. And you didn't think that you were going to get that. You thought you were going to get this one here, but you ended up being this one. Yeah. So again, there's a write-up about the two personality that I will include in some links that I'll send to you, with some other links for you to study before our next session. But I'll just read off some of the points here that you are the characteristic role is the helper giver. The holy idea is freedom. The trap is also freedom. Basic fear is being unlovable, and the basic desire to feel worthy of love. So, does that ring true to you? Okay. It does relate to your creative life, and again, I will be drawing lines between that, and when we make our lists together, I've actually started some lists. We will show you how these personality traits will work into how we set goals for you. And then this one, it is the multiple intelligences. And you said that, okay, right? So you found that you were, okay, word smart, and also nature smart, and you had music smart. So that's a musical intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, verbal linguistic, and nature. These were all your strong characteristics and intelligences. Okay, and intrapersonal as well. Self-smart and people-smart. Wow. Again, we will be incorporating these intelligences along with your personality findings in the list of actionable tasks that we'll have you do. So, okay. So while I've been writing down your answers, I also compiled a short list of to-dos. Don't worry, all fun things to get you started. So there are 4 things that I'd like you to do this week before our next session together. You mentioned that you have a little space with a desk where you like to do your creative activities. Yes. So first on the list will be to clear your space. Clear your space, yes. Looking at your personality tests, it is clear that you thrive in an organized space. So reduce the clutter, the papers and the books that can be stored in baskets. Wipe down the surface of your desk and freshen up the area. I've included ideas in this notebook. These notes here that you can take with you and follow. I'd also like you to set the mood. So what I mean by that is, since your tests reveal that you also thrive in a space that offers a relaxed atmosphere, you could move a candle or plant to or near your desk. You could set up a diffuser with some lovely essential oils. Just move things you already own into this space, things that bring you joy and peace and inspiration. So take a little time to look around your home and find pieces and items that inspire you. I've included some different ideas here. So if you get stuck, just return to this notebook here. I'd also like you to start a routine. And here's where we will turn to some books that you may take out on loan from our clinic's library. I would like you to set aside time each day. You mentioned that early mornings and later evenings are good for reading. This week, the task will be simply reading, and this book here. Have you heard of this book? You have, yeah, it's a classic. So this book will take you through some activities. You mentioned you can set aside 40 minutes per day. Okay, so this book will get you into the daily practice, and by next week we will start to shift into your more focused practice on your creative acts. So this is called The Artist's Way. As I said, it is a classic. A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity is the subtitle. And just to give you an idea, in the contents here, it's a week-by-week program. So we've got week 1, week 2, week 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And some of the topics, the introduction, the basic tools. Week 1 is recovering a sense of safety. Week 2 is recovering a sense of identity. Week 3, recovering a sense of power. Week 4, recovering a sense of integrity. And so on, with journaling tasks. And this, there's something called morning pages. Have you heard of morning pages? Yeah, so you'll learn all about morning pages. See right here? Morning pages. And yeah, this is the kind of thing you're really hoping to get into. Do you want me to read just a little bit? Okay, so it says, for writers, poets, actors, painters, musicians, and creative people in all walks of life. This is a book that addresses a delicate and complex subject. For those who will use it, it is a valuable tool to get in touch with their own creativity. The Artist's Way is an empowering book for aspiring and working artists, with the basic principle that creative expression is the natural direction of life. Julia Cameron heads you through a comprehensive 12-week program to recover your creativity from a variety of blocks, including limiting beliefs, fear, self-sabotage, jealousy, guilt, and so on. So, is this a book that you feel you could make some good use of then? Yeah, I thought you would. So that is a little bit of your homework right there. And then I have this book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being. A Way of Being. It's by Rick Rubin. And this does not have a blurb on the back, but this isn't as much of a program the way The Artist's Way is, but more of an inspirational book. So in this list here, the contents page, I'll just read some of the headings so you'll get an idea. Everyone is a creator. Tuning in, the source of creativity. Awareness, the vessel and the filter. The unseen. Look for clues. Practice. Submerge. So, a lot of inspiring, almost like little mini essays. This one is called Look Inward. So, with this book, you can just read it ongoing. You don't have to finish this by next week. You can keep it for several weeks while we work together. Yeah, you're interested? Okay. So yeah, just read what you can. Even just a few pages per week is great. We also have an ebook that you can also borrow, and I can send you the link. It's Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Yeah, you've always wanted to read this. It's not for everyone. Some people like it and some people love it, and some people prefer more of the Rick Rubin type of book. But I can read a little bit about it, and you can decide if you want to add this to the mix or just stick with the other two. So, what it says here: a must-read for anyone hoping to live a creative life. I dare you not to be inspired, to be brave, to be free, and to be curious. And that quote is from Pop Sugar. Okay, so the summary here, it says, readers of all ages and walks of life have drawn inspiration and empowerment from Elizabeth Gilbert's books for years. Now this beloved author digs deep into her own generative process to share her wisdom and unique perspective about creativity. With profound empathy and radiant generosity, she offers potent insights into the mysterious nature of inspiration. She asks us to embrace our curiosity and let go of needless suffering. She shows us how to tackle what we most love and how to face down what we most fear. She discusses the attitudes, approaches, and habits we need in order to live our most creative lives. Balancing between soulful spirituality and cheerful pragmaticism, Gilbert encourages us to uncover the strange jewels that are hidden within each of us. Whether we're looking to write a book, make art, find new ways to address challenges in our work, embark on a dream long deferred, or simply infuse our everyday lives with more mindfulness and passion, Big Magic cracks open a world of wonder and joy. So, what do you think? Are you thinking that maybe you'd like to? Yes, you would like that? Okay, definitely. So I'm going to send you the link so that you can read this ebook, and there's an audiobook option as well. Okay, perfect. So then you'd like the audiobook, okay? So I'm so excited as well. So that's your routine. Research is another item on the list. Okay, I've written some notes in here about research. Since your tests reveal that you are 60% introvert and 40% extrovert, I'd like you to balance your personal practice with something more interactive and community-based. Yes, community-based. So I will be sending you a few links. One is a local in-person community of like-minded creatives, and two are online options of groups that meet on Zoom once a week. I want you to research these 3 links and choose one group to join. These groups focus on sharing their creative work, with each other and offering feedback on it. Yeah. Yes, because I think you are missing out on the collaborative aspect of creativity. You know what I mean? Yeah, your personality craves that too. Yeah, you've been honoring more so the introverted aspects of yourself. So the goal is to balance the independent creative work with something more social to offer you some inspiration and connection. Does that sound good? Those tasks? Yeah, 4 tasks, all of which I think you will completely enjoy. You sound ambitious and inspired. I love that. So I look forward to hearing which social group you'll join in our next session. I'd love you to have an answer by then, yes. And I'll be eager to hear how it goes with setting up your space and beginning a routine. So let me just get everything together here. We have your tests. We have the notes here that I've taken and that you can add to, because there are a few prompts in here. And we've got your 2 books and the links that I'll send you as well. Oh, it has been my pleasure. And please don't ever hesitate to contact me between now and next session if you get stuck. That's what I'm here for.